Okay, I'll start the class. In previous class, last class, what you have discussed? Last class, what you have discussed? Anyone? What is the topic we are discussing in the last class? Is this the topic?
Completed service.
Yes, starting of induction motors. How many types of induction motors are there? How many types? Two types. One is squirrel cage motor and the one is slip ring. We have discussed squirrel cage motors, starting methods. What are the starting methods in squirrel cage motors? What are the methods in squirrel cage motor starting methods? First one is, what is the first one?
Primary resistor.
Primary resistors. Second one is auto transformer. Third one is star delta. We have discussed the starting methods for squirrel cage motors, but we have not discussed for slip ring motors. For slip ring motors, rotor rheostat. We have not discussed this. Today we will discuss this. So we have completed how to start the squirrel cage motor with the help of three methods. One is primary resistor, second is auto transformers, third is star delta. Today we will discuss slip ring. So in the squirrel cage primary resistors, we have discussed this diagram. In the stator, we are connecting three primary resistors. In auto transformers, the auto transformer winding is connected in the stator during starting, but during running, there is no necessity of auto transformer. This diagram we have discussed for auto transformer, how to start. Then in the third method, star delta, this is star delta. Initially, during starting, we are connecting this stator connection, star connection. Later, we are turning these switches to delta connection. This is delta. During running condition, we are going for the delta connection. We have discussed these three methods. What is the necessity of starting the induction motor? Anyone? Why you are starting with the help of starting methods in induction motor? Anyone? What is the necessity?
To increase the current.
No, current is very high. To decrease the current,
Increasing the torque.
torque has to be increased, but current has to be reduced. Current is 7 times greater than the normal current. Normal current is rated is 10 ampere. 7 into full load current. 7 into 10, 70 times initially the current is drawing. So the windings will be burnt out. To reduce the current, we are adding the resistance. In primary resistors, auto starters, auto transformers, and star delta. Initially, the current is very high. We have to reduce the current, and torque has to be increased. Current is increasing by 7 times, but torque is increasing by only 1.5 times. So the current is very high. We are reducing the current, and torque has to be increased. Otherwise, mainly to reduce the current. Current has to be decreased initially. If you are not decreasing the current, it will burn out the windings. Resistance will oppose the current. That's why you are adding some resistance. That is the reason why you are using the starting methods. Very, very high current. For that, we are using some resistance. In squirrel cage rotor, we can't add the external resistance because rotor bars are permanently short circuited. But in slip ring, what we can do? In slip ring, what we can do? Can we add external resistance? See, this is stator of the slip ring motor. This is rotor of the slip ring motor. Rotor can be connected with rheostat, external rheostat, or this is the rheostat. We can add some external resistance in the rotor circuit to the slip rings. There is the advantages, but in squirrel cage, the rotor bars are permanently short circuited. But in slip ring, we can add the external rheostat. The same rheostat which is in the rotor, initially this resistance can be connected in the stator. This is the stator 3 windings, they connected in delta. These are the switches, three phase. If you close this switch, three-phase supply is connected. If you close this switches, three-phase supply is connected. Initially, this rheostat is connected in series with the stator. Later, once it reaches to 70% of rated speed, there is no necessity of this rheostat. Why there is no need of rheostat after reaching 70% of rated speed? But initially the current, when you apply the supply voltage, the current is 7 times greater than the normal current. Data. Initially, we are using the rheostat because resistance is inversely proportional to current. If you connect the resistance in series with the stator, automatically current will be reduced. So in the initial stage only the current is required. Why? Means speed is 0. At standstill, what is n rotor speed? At standstill, rotor speed is
0.
0. If n is 0, what is slip? Ns
1.
minus n by ns. Okay, ns by ns, that is 1. Slip is 1. During initial condition, when slip is 1, your current is very high when speed is 0. But during running, once a rotor will start rotating and it reaches to 70% of rated speed, the current comes to normal value. Current is coming to normal value. There is no need of this resistance now in the stator. So this rotor can be cut out from the stator. We can remove this rotor rheostat from the stator. But initially, since the current is very high, we want this rheostat. Okay. Now see here. See, this is the rheostat, external rheostat. We are connecting slip ring. This is the external rheostat. AB is the external rheostat. A and B. From here, this is the entire rheostat. How many steps are there? 1, 2, 3, n minus 2, n minus 1, n. How many steps are there in the rheostat?
6.
Full n steps. See here, dot, dot, dot there. This is the first step. 1 to 2 is once. Here, 1 to 2 is in between 1 and 2, there is some resistance. In between 2 and 3, some resistance. 3 and 4, some resistance. Come to last one, n minus 1, then n. Some resistance will be there. So in between 1 and 2, I am taking the resistance as step 1. See here. In between 1 and 2, I am taking rho 1. Rho 1 is equal to R1 minus R2. Let us take R1 is the, see what is R1 here? R1 is the resistance from this point to this point. R1 means, I'm telling this, see here. R1 is the resistance from point A to, see, up to here. Here R1 is the entire resistance of this in between A and B plus rotor. Rotor is having some resistance. Inside the rotor, some resistance is there. Resistance of the rotor is R2 from N to rotor. This is the rotor. Rotor is having resistance of R2. Then what is the resistance in between A and B? R1 is the resistance. This entire resistance from A to B is R1. Any doubt in this R1 and R2? Small R2. What is small R2? What is small R2? Resistance of
N and rotor.
Resistance of only rotor circuit. Here the rotor resistance per phase. This resistance, see, rotor resistance per phase in between N and, otherwise R2 is the resistance of only rotor. Remember this. To this rotor, I am adding external rheostat. See here, To this rotor, I am adding external rheostat. The entire resistance of this rheostat is R1. R2 is the resistance of the rotor circuit per phase. If you take only one phase, R2 is the resistance, here R2, here R2. R2 is the resistance per phase, for one phase. R2 is the resistance of rotor. Then from A to B, the resistance from A to B plus rotor resistance is R1. A to B plus R2. This resistance is R1. Okay. Now I'm connecting the switch at A. Now I'm connecting this starting point to A. Then this entire resistance is there plus R2. R1 is equal to the entire resistance. How many number of steps are there in between 1 and n? In between 1 and n, how many steps are there?
N step.
N minus 1.
N minus 1. Okay, in between 1 and 2, one step. 2 and 3, second step. 3 and 4, next, third step. Next, n minus 1 and n minus 1 step. Okay, totally n minus 1 steps are there here. But n number of points are there. The steps are n minus 1. 1, 2, 3, up to n steps are there. Sorry, n number of points are there, connecting points. This is one connecting point. 2 is the connecting point. 3 is the connecting point. So connecting points are n, but number of steps is n minus 1. Why means in between 1 and 2 is one step. In between n minus 1 and n minus 1 step. This is n minus 1 steps are there, and n number of connecting points are there. Suppose if I connect this rotor rheostat here at point A. If I'm connecting this point here at n. 1 minute, I will tell here. First, I will explain the theory, then I will go to the derivation. See here, starting of slip ring motors. These motors are practically always started with full line voltage applied across the stator terminals. Stator is connected to the supply. The meaning of this first line is stator is connected to the three-phase supply voltage. When you connect it to the three-phase supply voltage, when you connect the stator 3 windings to the three-phase supply, what will happen in these 3 windings? When you connect it to the three-phase supply, what will happen? Voltage apply చేస్తే ఏమవుతుంది వైండింగ్ లో? Current flow అవుతుందా?
Current will flow.
Okay, current will flow, but the current is very high, nearly 7 times of the rated current. Let us take rated current is 10 ampere. 7 times means 7 into 10, 70 ampere is flowing, but only 10 ampere has to flow. So we have to limit this current. For limiting this current, we are adding this rheostat in the stator. Here the value of starting current is adjusted by introducing a variable resistance in the rotor circuit. So initial starting current is very high. So we are adding one variable resistance. We can vary this resistance. The controlling resistance is in the form of resistance being, this line is very important. The resistance being gradually cut out of the rotor circuit. When the resistance is cut out from the rotor circuit, when we can remove this rheostat? Once the
Current is
okay, current is low. Once the speed reaches to
70%.
okay, 70% of the rated speed. See here, resistance being gradually cut out of the rotor circuit as the motor gathers speed. Motor gathers speed means once the rotor reaches to 70% of rated speed, there is no necessity of rheostat because the current reaches to normal value. When there is no speed, when speed is 0, the current drawn is very high. When the speed is normal value, 70% of rated speed, the current is below 10 ampere, below the normal current. That's why there is no need of rheostat once the speed reaches to 70% of the rated speed. Okay. Next, these three lines not important. See here, the controlling rheostat is of stud or contactor type. What do you mean by stud or contactor type? Okay, and maybe hand operated or automatic. First, you'll see what do you mean by stud or contactor. See here. Sorry, one call had came. What do you mean by stud or contactor type? This is the stud number 1 or contact number 1, stud number 2 or contact 2, stud number 3. What is the stud number?
N.
N or contact N. If you place this contact at N, sorry, if you place this contact at 1, if you place this contact at 1, this entire resistance is present in the circuit. Then what is the resistance? R1. This rotor resistance plus this entire resistance of the N contacts is first initially I am placing this contact at 1. Next after that I am switching I am placing this contact at 2. Next after this I am placing this contact at 3 at N. Like this we are after that we can remove this entire circuit once the speed reaches to 70% of the rated speed. So you should know what do you mean by stud or contact. This is the stud or contact number 1, stud or contact number 2. Suppose if I place this switch at 1, resistance is R1. Now here if you place this switch at contact at 2, then what is the resistance? At contact if you place at R2. See here it is clearly given. R1 is the resistance from here to here. R2 is the resistance from here to here. Then what is the resistance from in between 1 and 2? Anyone tell? In between 1 and 2, what is the resistance?
R1 minus R2.
Okay, R1 minus R2 is the resistance in between 1 and 2. In between 1 and 3? Sorry, in between 2 and 3?
R2 minus R.
In between 2 and 3. R3 minus R2.
Ma'am, R2 minus R3.
Okay, sorry. R2 minus R3 because R2 is greater than R3. Okay, first step in between 1 and 2 it is R1 minus R2. In between 2 and 3 it is R2 minus R3. Similarly, in between N minus 1 and N minus 1 and N, what is the resistance in between this? Rn minus 1 and Rn? R suffix N minus 1 minus Rn. Is it okay? Okay. See here what I am telling. Controlling rheostat is of either stud or contactor type and may be hand operated or automatic. We can change the switch with the help of hand or automatic also will be there. Okay. Now starter steps. Now we'll see the derivation for this. We'll go for the derivation. Starter steps. What are the starter steps? I have already told you. Difference rho 1 is equal to R1 minus R2. In between 1 and 2, the resistance is rho 1. Let us take rho 1. Rho 1 is equal to R1 minus R2. What is rho 2? What is rho 2?
R2 minus
R2 minus R3.
R2 minus R3. See here, rho 2 is equal to R2 minus R3. Rho 3 is equal to R3 minus R4, etc. Here they are taking only 5 steps, 5 to 6 steps. Okay. In between 1 and rotor resistance. What is the resistance of the rotor? What is
R2.
it? R2. R2 is the resistance of the rotor per phase. Okay. This is R1, R2, R3, R4, R5, 5 steps. This is the last one, and R2 is there. Okay. I think there is no doubt in this diagram. Now we'll go to the starter steps. See here. Let it be assumed as usually it is in the case of starters. Purpose of starter is to reduce the current. Please remember, the purpose of starter is to reduce the current by adding the rheostat, by adding the resistance. The motor starts against a constant torque and rotor current fluctuates between maximum and minimum values of I2 max and I2 minimum respectively. The maximum current and minimum current. Why they are taking I2 max and I2 minimum? Why not I1? Why not I1 max and I2 max? What is the current in the rotor? I2 or I1?
I2.
I2.
Current in the rotor is I2, but current in the stator is I1. But here they are taking the rotor current. They are not taking the stator current. Rotor current is I2. That's why the rotor current is fluctuating in between maximum and minimum, I2 max and I2 minimum. Okay, that's why the suffix is 2, because rotor they are representing I2 max and I2 minimum. This is very important. If you understand this concept, what is I2 max and I2 minimum, nothing is there in the derivation. Okay. In figure 35.23, three-phase rheostat AV having n steps. There are n number of steps on rotor circuit. Let R1, R2 up to Rn be the total resistance of the rotor circuit of first, second step, etc. respectively. Resistances R1, R2, etc. consist of rotor resistance per phase, and rotor resistance per phase is R2. Okay, I have already told you what is small r2. Small r2 is the resistance of the rotor per phase. Okay, I have already told that. Now, one point you remember, at the commencement of each step, if you want to note, you can note, this is very important. At the commencement of each step, the current is I2 max. And at the instant of leaving, the current is I2 minimum. What is the meaning of this? At the commencement of each step, the current is I2 max. And the instant of leaving, the current is I2 minimum. Now see here, what is the meaning of this? So here when you place the switch at 1, when you place this contactor at 1, the current is I2 max. When current reaches to point number 2 here, the current is minimum. Now see here, when you place the switch here, the current is maximum. The current is maximum. So we are adding some resistance in between 1 and 2. In between 1 and 2, we are adding some resistance. This is the point of entering, current entering. At point 2, this is the point 2, the current is leaving when the switch is at position 1. Now when now we change the switch to position 2. Now what is the entering point for the current?
2.
2 is the starting point. 3 is the leaving point. But when the switch is in position 1, the current is entering at 1. What is the leaving?
2.
2. The leaving point is the entering point when the switch is moved to position 2. Leaving point is equal to entering point when the contactor is moved from 1 to 2. Any doubt in this point? Switch 1 లో ఉన్నప్పుడు entering point 1. లీవింగ్ పాయింట్ ఏంటి? Current leaving point is 2. Okay. Now when switch is in 1, current is maximum at 1, minimum at
2.
2. This is leaving point. Leaving point is minimum point. Suppose if you change the switch from 1 to 2, what is the entering point?
2.
2 is the entering point. Where is the maximum current now?
At 2.
At 2.
At 2. Where is the minimum current?
3.
3, leaving point. So when the switch is in position 1, this is entering point, this is leaving point. Now when switch is moved to position 2, now the leaving point will become the
Entering point.
entering point. That means the leaving current is equal to entering current when the switch is moved from 1 to 2. Have you understood this point what I am saying? Leaving point will become the entering point when the switch is moved from 1 to 2. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Now what is the conclusion? The leaving current when the switch in position 1 is equal to the entering current when switch is moved to position 2. Now see, what is the current? At the commencement of each step, the current is maximum current. At the instant of leaving, the current is minimum. I2 max and I2 minimum. When switch is in 1, I2 max. When switch is in, and leaving current is I2 minimum. When switch is moved to position 2, I2 max. Under 3, it is I2 minimum. Okay. Now, what is the current I2? What is the formula for current? Voltage by impedance. Write down in your notes. From here, derivation will start. Write down. Current I2 is equal to ER by ZR. ER by ZR. E suffix R by ZR. What do you mean by R? Running condition. Okay, or rotor EMF. What is the formula for ER? When the rotor is running, ER is equal to S into E2. Write down. I2 is equal to ER by ZR. Write down. I2 is equal to ER by ZR. Next, write down ER is equal to S into E2. Slip times of rotor EMF. E2 means 2 means EMF, rotor EMF. S into E2. ER is equal to S into E2. What is ZR? Square root of R square plus SX2 whole square. Square root of R square plus SX2 whole square. Otherwise, ZR is equal to square root of R2 square plus SX2 whole square. R2 square plus SX2 whole square. Any doubt in this equation? Any doubt? Current is equal to voltage by impedance.
No, sir.
Okay. Now when the handle touches stud number 1, when this handle is touching stud number 1, when the handle touches stud number 1, the current is maximum, I2 max. Current is maximum, I2 max at 1. I2 max is equal to slip is S1. At 1, slip is S1. At 2, slip is S2. At 3, slip is S3. When we are moving the handle from 1, 2, 3, 4 up to N, speed is gradually increasing. If speed is increasing, current will be reducing. Speed will increase in the rotor. Now let us say that your stud, it is at a stud number 1. Entering point is maximum, I2 max I am taking. Slip is S1. In place of S, write down S1. S1 into E2 is the EMF of rotor. Voltage at the rotor. E2 is the EMF in the rotor circuit. S1 into E2 by square root of, in place of R2 we are writing R1 because R1 consists rotor resistance also R2. This entire resistance from 1 to n plus R2, this R1. So here in place of R2 I am placing R1 square plus slip is S1 at 1, S1 into X2 whole square. This is the current and stud, it is when the handle is touches the stud number 1. When handle touches, handle means this is a contactor point I am placing at 1. This is I2 max. Then what is the current at point 2? Minimum or maximum when switch is in 1?
Minimum.
Minimum.
This current is I2 minimum. Before moving to stud number 2, the current reduced to I2 minimum and slip changes to S2. Okay, E2 by, when the switch is in 1, resistance is R1 only. R1 by S2. At point 2, slip is S2. At point 2, slip is S2, but resistance is R1. We are not changing the switch to position 2. This is the minimum point. So R1 by S2 whole square plus X2 square. Okay. Now why I am taking the slip 1 when standstill condition? Speed is 0. S1 is 1. Okay. Slip is 1. S1 is 1. Okay. Now I2 minimum. At point 2, I2 minimum. When switch is in stud number, contact is 1. Now move the contact from 1 to 2. Now move the contact from 1 to 2. When you move the contact, now as we move to stud number 2, speed momentarily remains the same, but current raises to I2 max. Now when the point is moved to 2, what is the current here, maximum or minimum?
Maximum.
Maximum. At 3, minimum. Now I am taking I2 max. I2 max is equal to E2 by square root of, why they are taking R1 by S2? Here R1 square. Take here, what you will do? In this equation, take S1 outside. What is this R1 square plus S1 square X2 square? S1 square I am taking common. If you take S1 outside, S1 and S1 is going to be cancelled. If you take S1 outside, S1 square X2 square. S1 you take outside. Here, outside the brackets. S1 square. R1 by S1 whole square. It will become R1 by S1 whole square plus X2 square. Here square root of S1 square is S1. This S1 is going to be cancelled. What is left out? R1 by S1 whole square plus X2 square. Any doubt in this equation?
No, sir.
Okay. So that's why here R1 by S2. When the current is at 2, the current is minimum and stud number 1. Now 2. See here. When it is at 2, current is maximum. At 3, current is minimum. R2 by S2. When the contact is at point 2, slip is S2. R2. Resistance is R2. When the contact is at point 2, resistance is R2. R2 by S2 whole square plus X2 square. Now at 3, it is minimum. E2 by square root of R2 by S3. 3 means slip is 3, S3. R2 by S3 whole square plus X2 square. Now this minimum current is the maximum current. When the switch is moved to position 3, maximum current, minimum is at 4. So this minimum is equal to maximum current I2 max. That's but R2 by S3 whole square plus X2 square. Minimum current is the maximum current. R2 by S3 whole square plus. Similarly, we will repeat up to n minus n steps. Okay. Now at the nth step, last step, at the last step, slip is maximum. I2 max I am taking. When the contact is at 1. When the contact are n. When we move the contact to position n, I2 max is equal to E2 by square root of R2 by, where is this? This one, sorry. I2 max is equal to E2 by square root of, what is the resistance in between n and this? R2. R2 by S max whole square plus X2 square. Here it is minimum. If this is the maximum, means this point is minimum. Okay. Any doubt in this step, in this derivation up to here? Why they are taking S max? Slip will be maximum here in the last step in between N and this. So any doubt in this step up to here? Anything is to be repeated?
Sir, S2 is equal for all, sir.
Which one?
X2.
X2, which X2 is not here. This S2.
X2, sir, is equal for all steps, sir.
X2, where is it? Not getting. X2, this one.
Sir.
What is
Yes.
X2 you want? X2 is the reactance of the rotor circuit. R2 is the resistance of the rotor circuit. X2 is the reactance of the rotor circuit. Is it okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Small r2 is the resistance of rotor resistance per phase. X2 is the reactance of the rotor circuit per phase. Resistance and reactance, because this is the winding. Winding contains both resistance and reactance. Okay. Now equate all I2 maxes. Equate I2 max, I2 max, I2 max. What is common in this I2 max, I2 max? Here we are getting R1 by S1. Here we are getting, what we are getting?
R2 by S2.
R2 by S2. In the next one, R2 by S3. In the last one, R2 by S max. I am equating I2 max equations, all I2 max equations. We will get R1 by S1, R2 by S2, R3 by S3. See here, R1 by S1, R2 by S2. If you equate I2 max, E2 by R1 by S1, R2 by S2, R3. Next one is R3 by S3. Last one is R2 by S max. Before that, Rn by Sn. See here 1, 1, R1 by S1, R2 by S2, R3 by S3. Similarly, Rn minus 1 by Sn minus 1, N by N. In the final last step, it is R2 by S max. R2 by S max. Yeah, if you are equating I2 max equations. Now equate I2 minimum equations. I2 minimum. Here I2 minimum. What is the first one? R1 by S2. R2 by S3. See here in the suffixes, if it is 1 here, it is 2. If it is 2, it is 3. If we equate I2 minimum equations, we will get R1 by S2, R2 by S3, R3 by S4. Last one is Rn minus 1 by S max. Here we are getting Rn by Sn, R2 by S max, but here in the Rn minus 1 by S max. I2 max equations, I2 minimum equations we are equating. What is the difference in between this one and this one? In between this equation and this equation? This equation and this equation. In this first I2 max equation, suffix is same, 1 and 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, n, n, n minus 1, n minus 1. Last step is R2 by S max. Suffix is same, 1, 1. But here, what is, in I2 minimum equations, what is the suffixes? Numerator suffix is greater than the denominator suffix by 1. S2 by, sorry, R1 by S2. Here R1 by S1, R1 by S2, R2 by S3. Go to the equations. Have you got the clarity? Let it be equation 1. Let it be equation 2. Okay. In between 1 and 2 equations are clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now we do one thing. Take equation 1 by 2. Take equation 1 by 2. In 1 by 2, R1, R1 cancel, R2, R2 cancel, R3, R3 cancel, Rn minus 1, sorry, here Rn and Rn is going to be cancelled. Left out is R2 by Rn minus 1. Left out is R. Divide these two. We'll get R2 by Rn minus 1. Last one. R2 by Rn minus 1. See equation 3. Take equation 1 by 2. We'll get this equation. Is it okay? Last one is S max is going to be cancelled. R2 by Rn minus 1. R2 by Rn minus 1. Is it okay? This is one set. S2 by S1, S3 by S2, S1. And similarly, if you take divide by this equation, take from here. Take from here. R2 by S2, R1 by, cancel S2 terms. What is, here cancel S2, S2. What is left out? R2 by, take this R2 by S2, R1 by S2. What is left out? R2 by R1, R3 by R2, R4 by R3. See, R2 by R1 is equal to R3 by R2 is equal to R4 by R3. See the last one, R2 by Rn minus 1. Last one is R2 by Rn minus 1. R2 by Rn minus 1 is equal to K. Is equal to K. Now what is the value of K? S2 by S1 or R2 by R1. K is equal to S3 by S2 or R3 by R2. The value of K. We can equate this one, or resistances also we can equate. Is it okay? Go through that equation. Questions? A department, sir? Mechanical. Mechanical. Okay. Somewhat complicated this one. Go through this. Up to this clear? Equation 3.
Sir, once explain equation 3, sir.
Okay. See here. Equation 1. This is equation 1. Divided by equation 2. R1 by S1 by R1 by S2. R1 is going to be cancelled.
Yes,
What
sir.
is left out? S2 by S1. R2 by S2 by R3 by S3. R2 cancel. S3 by S2. Similarly, S4 by S4. S4 by S3. Up to this clear?
Yes, sir.
Now see how we are getting R2 by R1. See here. In equation 1, okay, R2 by S2. R2 by, 1 second, R2 by S2. Here what is there? R1 by,
S2.
okay, compare S2 terms here. S2 and S2 is here. If you divide this R2 by S2 by R1 by S2, what is cancelled? S2 is
S2.
cancelled. R2 by R1. Here R2 by R1. Now compare R3 by S3, R2 by S3. Wherever S3 is there, compare these two. S3 you cancel. What is left out? R3 by R2. Now S4 terms. Here R4 by S4, R3 by S4. S4 you cancel. You will get R4 by R3. Is it okay?
Yes,
Now
sir.
compare S max terms in equation 1 and 2. Here S max is there, here S max is there. We will get R2 by Rn minus 1. R2 by Rn minus 1. That is equal. I am equating all these terms as K. I am assuming all these terms as K. Now, from this equation, R2 by R1 is equal to K. What is R2? R2 by R1 is equal to K. What is R2?
K into R.
K into R1. See here, R2 is equal to K into R1. R3 by R2 is equal to K. What is R3?
K into R.
K into R2. R3 is equal to K into R2. But R2 is K into R1. Substitute in place of R2, K into R1. Now what will you get? K into R1. K square R1. R3 is equal to K square R1. In terms of R1 only they are taking. See, R2 is in terms of R1, K into R1. R3 is in terms of R1, K square R1. R4 is K square into R. Okay. R4 is K square into R1. Now R2. R2 is K into Rn minus 1. K into Rn minus 1. This K into Rn minus 1, if we convert Rn minus 1 in terms of R1, we'll get K power n minus 1 into R1. See here, last one I am taking. Here 4 we are getting. R4 is equal to K cube into R1. What do you mean by 4? If you are taking 4, we are getting 3. If you are taking R3, K how much you are getting here? K square or how much? K square into R1. If you are taking 2, K power 1. If you are taking R3, K square. If you are taking R4, what is the value? K cube. If you take R5, R5, what is K power?
K power 4 into R2.
K power 4 into R1. If you take last step R2, come. If you take the last step, 1 second. Okay. Last step, I am taking nth step. If you take nth step, what is the value of K? I want to convert Rn minus 1 into R1 because we have converted R3 into R1. If you take R1 here, what is the value of here? K power n minus 1. In the last step, R2 is equal to K power n minus 1 into R1. If you are having doubt in this, you can ask me. R2 is equal to K power n minus 1 into R1. If you are having doubt in this, you can ask me. R4 is K into R3. R2 is, last one is K into Rn minus 1. But here you will get, if you are taking 4, here n minus 1, 4 minus 1 is 3. Similarly, if you take last step, it will be K power n minus 1 into R1. Write down this one. If you are having doubt, you can ask me. Doubt is there? What I am doing, I am converting into R1. All the steps I am converting into R1. R2 is in terms of R1. R3 is in terms of R1. R4 is in terms of R1. R2 should also be in terms of R1. I am removing the n minus 1 term. This n minus 1 will become K power n minus 1. Last step. Any doubt? This is by the common sense we have to get this equation, this last equation. If you are not having doubt, I can proceed further.
Yes, sir. Understood.
Okay. Now I want R1 value. If you want all these terms, I want R1 value. See how we'll get R1. Come to the first one. 1 second. Where is equation 1? Okay. This is equation 1. I want R1. Compare this to first and last. R1 by S1 is equal to R2 by S max. R1 by S1 is equal to R2 by S max. What is R1 from this? Bring this S1 to this side. R1 is equal to S1 into, bring this S1 to this side. S1 into R2 by S max. See here. Note down this one. From equation 1, R1 is equal to, bring this S1 to here. R2 by S max into S1. R2 by S max into S1. This is very important. Have you noted?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now substitute this R1 here. In place, here R2 is equal to K power n minus 1 into R1. Substitute here. R1 value. Substitute. R1 is equal to R2 by S max into S1. Then why they are taking S1 is equal to 1? Anyone? They are taking S1 is equal to 1. Why? During starting, what is this? Okay, during starting, speed is
0.
0. If n is 0, s is equal to ns by ns. Sn is equal to 1. They are taking S1. Write a note point if you want, if you get confusion here. S1 is equal to 1 during starting. In place of R1, they are substituting R2 by S max. S1 is 1. R2 by S max. This is very important formula. We'll use it in the problems. R2 is equal to K power n minus 1 into R2 by S max. This R2 is going to be cancelled or not? Right side, left side.
Yes, sir.
Okay. If it is cancelled, what is the value of K? Bring this S max to this side. N minus 1 bring to this side. K is equal to, bring n minus 1 to this side. It will become 1 by n minus 1. S max power 1 by n minus 1. S max power 1 by n minus 1. This is the value of K which we will use in the problems. This is the value of K which we will use in the problems. Now already I had told this. Rho 1 is equal to R1 minus R2. R1 minus R2 is K into R1. Substitute R2 is equal to K into R1. R1 you take common, 1 minus K into R1. Rho 1 is 1 minus K into R1. Rho 2 is R2 minus R3. R2 minus R3. Rho 3 is R3 minus R4. R2 minus R3 means we know R2. R2 is K into R1. R3 is K square into R1. R2 is K into R1. R3 is K square into R1. Take common K. K into R1. K into R1. 1 minus K will get. 1 minus K. What is 1 minus K into R1? It is rho 1. 1 minus K into R1 is rho 1. That is K into rho 1. Your rho 2 is K into rho 1. Your rho 3 is K square into rho 1. Your rho 4 is K cube into rho 1. Your rho 5 is K power 4 into rho 1. Is it clear? Steps in between 1 and 2 or rho 1 is the resistance. 2 and 3, rho 2 is the resistance. 3 and 4, rho 3 is the resistance. Rho 1 is represented in terms of R1 and K. Rho 2 is also represented in terms of rho 1 and K. Rho 3 is also represented in terms of rho 1 and K. Everything is represented in terms of rho 1 and K. Okay, we'll see the problem. That's all about the derivation. Calculate the steps in a 5-step rotor resistance. 5-step means there are 5 points, 5 contacts, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Last one is rho 5 and R2. 5-step rotor resistance starter of a 3-phase induction motor. Slip at the maximum starting current is, slip is Smax. Smax is equal to 2%. Smax is 2%. 0.2 by 100 is 0.02. S value is 0.02. With slip ring short circuit and the rotor resistance R2 is 0.02. Your R2 is 0.02. What is the name? If it is 5 steps rotor, N is 6. If it is 6-step rotor, what is the value of N? Number of contact. Here it is contact is there, but they are not shown. N is, if it is 5 steps means in between 1 and 2, 1 step, 2 and 3, second step, 3 and 4, third step, fourth step, 5 and 6, fifth step, 5 steps. If there are 5 steps, here they are giving N minus 1 step rotor. That means number of contacts is 6. N is equal to 6. Any doubt in this? N is equal to 6? Tell me if you're having N is equal to 6. 5 steps means in between 1 and 2, 1 step, 2 and 3, second step, 3 and 4, third step, 4 and 5, fourth step, 5 and 6, fifth step, 5 steps. 5 steps means N is equal to 6. Okay. Next, we have to calculate R1. What is the formula for R1? What is the formula for R1 we have discussed? Where is it? R1 is equal to S1 is 1, R2 by S max. R1 is equal to R2 by S max. R2 is 0.02. S max is also 0.02. Your R1 is 1. Is it clear? R1?
Yes, sir.
Okay, R1. What is K formula? We have derived. What is the K formula? S max power 1 by N minus. Okay. K is equal to S max power 1 by S max is 0.02. N is 6. 1 by 6 minus 1, 1 by 5. This is the value of K. We want only K and R1. We want K and R1. If you know these two values, we can determine all the values. R1 is 1. R1 is 1. R2 is equal to K into R1. R3 is K into R2. R4 is K into R3. R5 is K into R4. This is the last one. R5 is K into, this is R5. K into R4. R2 is equal to K into R5. R2 is K into R5. If you know K and R1, we can determine R2, R3, R4, R5 and R2 also. Rotor resistance R2, K into R5. Now we have determined the resistances at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and at also at R2. Resistance of various stator sections. Now I want the difference in between 1 and 2. 1 and 2, rho 1 is equal to R1 minus R2. Rho 2 is R2 minus R3. Rho 3 is R3 minus R4. Rho 4 is R4 minus R5. Rho 5 is R5 minus R2. These are the resistances. In this way, we will design this circuit. This circuit is designed. This problem is related to this circuit. Is it clear, the problem? We should know only K and R1. If we get K and R1, we can determine all the values, R1, R2, R3, R4, R5, R2. Then difference in between rho 1, rho 2, rho 3, rho 5, all the things we can determine. If you are hanged out in this problem, you can ask. That's all about the slip ring starting method. How to start the slip ring induction motor with the help of this method. Okay. Any doubt in the starting of slip ring? What is this method called? Starting of slip ring motor. What is the method name? What is this method name? Rotor rheostat. Okay. Slip ring motor is started with the help of rotor rheostat. Squirrel cage motor is started with the help of three methods. First one is primary resistor, second one is auto transformer, third one is star delta. With this we have completed what we have completed? Starting methods of induction motor. The next topic is, we'll discuss in the next class. The next topic is speed control of induction motor.
Sir,
Tell me.
is that automatically done or manually used that?
There are two methods. One is with the help of hand, we can change the contact points. In your lab, with the help of hand, we will change the contact points. There is another one, automatic control is there. Okay, just if you press the button, automatically it will go on. Is it okay? మన lab లో మీరు చూస్తే by hand will rotate manually. There is one more, there is a automatic. Is it clear?
Okay, sir.
Next topic is speed control of induction motors. How to control the speed of induction motor. Tomorrow we'll discuss in the next class. There are two methods. One is from the stator side, you can control the speed. Another is from the rotor side also, you can control the speed. Either from the stator side, you can control the speed of induction motor, or from the rotor side, you can control the speed of induction motor. From stator side, there are three methods. From the rotor side also, three methods are there. In the next class, I will complete the speed control methods. In exam, don't confuse between speed control and starting methods. Starting method is to reduce the current, but speed control is how to control the speed of the induction motor. In exam, some students are writing starting methods for speed control. For speed control, they are writing starting methods. Please don't confuse. Wait for a minute, I will take that. I will take the screenshots.